Hey everyone, welcome to In the Beyond. Today I'm back doing another timeless pick a card reading, and I'm going to be channeling a message about your fate. So what is something that is fated that you will be experiencing in your lifetime? We have 4 piles to choose from today. We have pile number 1 with the Lady of Thessaly card, as well as this howlite crystal. We have pile number 2 with Adina pipe, as well as this clear calcite. We have pile number 3 with the Shamaness card and this double terminated clear quartz. And we have pile number 4 with the Sleeping Lady of Malta card, as well as this clear quartz cluster. So take all the time you need to see which crystal and which card is really calling to you. See where you are the most drawn. And that'll be the pile that has a message for you today. So pause the video if you need to take more time to meditate and really tune into your intuition. And I will see you at your timestamp below, which is in the description box. So let's get into this reading. Let's see what's in the cards, and let's go in the beyond. Hey group 1, if you guys were drawn to the howlite crystal, as well as the Lady of Thessaly card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what you guys need to know about a fated event in your life. What is fated for you guys? So I'm going to start by pulling some tarot cards and just kind of tuning into this first oracle. Group 1. What is fated for group 1? A message of fate for group 1. Group 1. A message of fate. I'm hearing messages around abundance and creativity, fertility as well. Group 1. What is fated for group 1? A message of fate for group 1. Are some of you chefs? I'm just getting some interesting messages right away about creativity and kind of like alchemizing things, making art from simple ingredients. I'm being drawn to some cuisines around the world. A message of fate for group 1. Group 1, what does group 1 need to know? Sorry if you can hear my neighbors, they're being a bit loud. Group 1, you have the 4 of Cups, the Fool, Dream Space, King of Swords, Page of Wands, 9 of Wands, Knight of Wands. So yeah, lots of this creative energy. The Devil and 4 of Wands. Okay, so there is a clear message about creativity coming out, like how I was picking up when I was channeling. You guys have a lot of energy around creativity and overcoming doubt and overcoming limiting beliefs. It's fated in your life to overcome anything that represents the devil energy to you. I'm picking up limiting beliefs around what you can and cannot create, overcoming and triumphing over self-doubt or people putting doubt into your mind, people telling you you'll never make it. It's fated to overcome all of that. It's fated to overcome this 9 of Wands energy, as well as 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups energy. I'm really just being drawn to the flowers. This Lady of Thessaly, she has a lot of flowers emerging in this oracle card. We have some flowers in the 4 of Cups, and that to me kind of represents creative energy, you know, things growing from a seed, blossoming and blooming into a beautiful flower. And I think that's a message that resonates with what is fated in your life. I think you have a creative idea and a dream, because we have dream space. There's something in your heart space that wants to blossom out into the world like this beautiful tree. There's something in your heart that's a dream that you want to accomplish and bring into the world. You want to be somebody who is seen as a master of your craft. Again, I'm kind of picking up the energy of like head chef, you know, getting those, I think they're like getting the Michelin stars, you know, being at like a five-star dining restaurant. Like, that's the energy I'm just kind of picking up. That doesn't have to resonate with you. That's just like a metaphor for creativity that is coming through in this reading. I see it's fated for you guys to journey and travel. This is going to be, I'm feeling like this will be literally traveling the globe for some of you guys. I think the dream that you're wanting to bring in is going to have you kind of traveling the world, getting your craft out there, or it's fated that you need to travel to become the creative artist, the chef, like whatever your dream is. Like, travel is very much a part of it, and it's fated to experience travel for you guys. So again, I'm just being drawn to that metaphor of like a chef. You would need to travel the globe, taste flavors from all 4 corners of the world, learn about cuisine from all the different cultures of the world to become a master of the craft and the art of cooking. So that's just a metaphor. Take that as it resonates. You could need to travel to study your art, to learn from different people who are at different areas of the world, that kind of thing. But it's fated that you do that. Travel is fated. And also travel of your craft, of your project, of your goal, of your creativity, that moving out into the world is fated, because that's just what I'm seeing with these 2 cards. Like, you will be known throughout different spaces and places for your craft and for your creativity. And I do see that it is a journey. You know, I think you will be starting out in the Page of Wands energy, you know, like ready for that first step. And it's fated that you go on the journey to becoming like the master that you are meant to become. You will be mastering a craft of some kind. You will be getting, you know, knocked down on this journey. There will be moments of maybe getting knocked down, maybe, you know, your first project doesn't take off like you want, but you need to have the determination and this Knight of Wands energy to keep pushing and keep going, keep persevering. Your goals and dreams might take some time. You might get held back or knocked back here and there, but you need to keep that Knight of Wands energy to reach your goals and accomplish your dreams. So yeah, just kind of really being drawn to creativity and fertility, like I was talking about. let's pull a few oracle cards to get some more messages for you guys about your fate. What is fated for group 1? Fated energy here for group 1. Some fated energy here for group 1. We have conception. And we also have, cards are kind of just flying out. Waxing gibbous moon, and the Empress also wanted to come out. So this is definitely in alignment with like the energies I was picking up. Conception is all about that creative moment of, you know, an idea being conceived, a creative idea being conceived, your dream being conceived. It's all about beginnings. Obviously, the conception of, you know, a human life, like this is the metaphor that's coming out. It's all about that inspiration, like that love that you have for your creative project is really what will be driving you guys. And we do have the Empress coming out, and this is all about, like I said, creativity and empowerment, stepping into your power, leaving self-doubt in the past. It's really fated for you to be this Empress. You need to be somebody who is stepping into your divine power, connecting with the energy centers inside of you, connecting and putting your energy out into the world, being ready to receive sacred insights and inspiration and downloads from your higher self and from divine beings and like your spirit guides, whatever you connect with. I just see all of this energy circling around the crown chakra and the third eye chakra. Like, I think you are very much an artist. You get a lot of your inspiration through downloads from your crown chakra and your third eye. You see, you visualize, you're probably clairvoyant, you probably have vivid dreams. You definitely are a visual person. You see your art in your mind before you put it out into the world. So yeah, you guys are creatives in whatever capacity resonates with you, and you are fated to conceive your ideas and to bring them into completion out into the world. And I'm really seeing that through waxing gibbous moon. We do have this beautiful female vessel who has conceived an idea and who is working towards its completion, and this figure obviously will be giving birth to the creative idea, and the creative idea will be manifested into the world and will be its own independent sovereign being in the future. So take that as it resonates, but this is, I'm just really picking up creative projects and, you know, the arts, mastering a craft. Maybe you are a writer, maybe you are an artist, painter, musician, chef, like we were talking about. There's just something about your creativity and you putting your creative ideas out into the world that is very much fated. Let's pull another oracle card to get like a last message for you guys. What do you guys need to know about a fated event, or more information about this fated event? We have South with abundance, and we have Shapeshifter with perspective. Okay, again, very similar messages here with abundance and the South card. I just think this is all about your creative visions. You know, what kinds of things are you inspired by? What lights you up? Follow your bliss, follow your heart, follow what is in your heart, manifest your dreams. Travel, like I said, I'm seeing more travel for you guys. I think you need to experience different parts of the world. You need to experience different cultures and different ways of doing things to kind of hone your craft. And with Shapeshifter and perspective, again, I'm really drawn to the energy centers in this woman. I think having balanced energy centers for you guys is extremely important, and it's part of your fate to get divinely inspired inspiration. You guys are a vessel for the divine. You are a vessel for divine inspiration to flow through you guys. you get a lot of downloads and creative ideas from Spirit, and Spirit really wants you to take those ideas in, manifest those things, bring them inside of you so you can externalize them and bring them to the world and share your creativity with the world in the form of your art and your projects and yeah, whatever's in your heart. This is all about the energy inside of you. Really focus on your chakras if you resonate with that. Focus on energy work, subtle energy forces in the body. I think kind of meditating on those types of things, maybe doing certain practices will really help you guys get your downloads and your clear visualizations, and it will help you to manifest your projects into the world a little easier. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, group 1. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment letting me know if this resonated with you. I truly love reading the comments and I love doing these readings. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hey group 2, if you guys were drawn to the clear calcite as well as the Adina pipe card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what you guys need to know about a fated event in your life, or like what is your fate. So I'm going to start by pulling some tarot cards, but honestly, I have a message just first coming to me. I think you guys, part of your fate, part of who you are, part of like what you were fated to be and do has to do with like being a seer. I think you are very clairvoyant, clairsentient. I think you know things and can see them before they happen. You might have prophetic dreams. You might be interested in divination and divining the future, because I think that's very fated for you guys. You seem like someone who can help people in your life avoid negative situations because you get intuitive knowing, or you just see things before they happen, and that is part of your fate. Let's pull some tarot cards to get more information. Group 2, messages about the fate of group 2, fated event for group 2. What does group 2 need to know about their fate? Group 2. I'm getting some messages right away about, yeah, the messages are coming so easily and just so fast. I think you guys are really connected to divination. You're really connected to clairvoyant knowing and the arts. And I think you've maybe been feeling kind of undervalued and just like not seen for who you are and seen for your gifts, because in our current culture these things haven't been valued as much as they've been valued in the past. So in the past, I think you would have been somebody who was very important to your tribe or your society because your powers are so strong. You would have helped people avoid conflict, disaster, death, and you would have been somebody who was very honored and very well compensated for your gifts and talents. And I think maybe right now you're not feeling that. Like, you might have been feeling like undervalued. That's just something that came through. Let's see what these tarot cards are. We have the 7 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the 6 of Swords, the Star card, the Page of Swords, and 5 of Cups. Okay, so I'm getting a few different messages. Like the first message I was channeling, I think perhaps right now you might not be very connected to this energy, perhaps. Maybe you've suppressed it because of like our current you know, culture not valuing these things. Maybe you haven't seen the value in them, or maybe you just haven't had time to really value them. But there's something about it's fated. We have the star card here, and the star card is just all about fate and destiny and, you know, divine orchestration and things from the beyond speaking to us. So it's very fated that you go on this journey of mastering these gifts. So we have Page of Wands and Page of Swords coming out. This is all about, you know, being a beginner on a path, and I think your path has to do with mastering these clairvoyant gifts that you have, being a beginner, taking up a course of study to learn more about them, or just like getting a book, or just, you know, doing your research about prophetic dreaming or about clairvoyant abilities, that kind of thing. Starting this journey and stepping onto a path of mastering these gifts, stepping into your destiny, stepping into your fate, of being somebody who is very empowered by these gifts. And honestly, I'm getting a feeling of these gifts will be very abundant for you in the future, and that's almost fated. It's fated that you guys will be valued and compensated for your gifts. Take that as it resonates. You might not be able to see how this will play out at your current stage of your journey. You might not be able to see how you will be able to, you know, be financially abundant from your gifts at this time, and that's okay. Spirit is really talking about a journey here, and you finding yourself, and you finding your gifts, and you finding your destiny through what you're drawn to and what interests you and what lights you up in pertaining to your spiritual gifts. So maybe you've always been interested in astrology, but you've never, you know, really had the time to dig deep and to learn about astrology. And Spirit is talking about your journey of like opening that first book about astrology, the planets, the houses, to start learning and start going down that path. And then, you know, stepping into your destiny of somebody who maybe does birth chart readings and who does astrological transit readings and actually really helps people and really connects them to their purpose, their destiny, really brings healing to them, helps them avoid negative situations, like that kind of thing. So just see where you're drawn, because that is what is the key here. Are you drawn to dream work? Are you drawn to divination? Are you drawn to tarot, astrology, you know, palm reading? You know, it really could be anything that's a little bit more focused towards psychic abilities and clairvoyant abilities, clairsentient kinds of things. It could even be like energy work. It could literally even be like acupuncture, kind of like working with the energetic body and the subtle energy body. It could be Reiki. It could be, you know, crystal healing, working with sound healing, vibration. The list is really endless, and it's just up to you to kind of follow what lights you up the most, where you are the most inspired, and where you have the most passion, and like definitely just follow that path. Let's pull a few more oracle cards to get you guys some more information. We have group 2, messages for the fate of group 2. What does group 2 need to know right now? Okay, wow. So we did have conception that wanted to come out, and we also have the crone that wants to come out. yeah, this is kind of like what I was just saying. Follow your passion. Follow what lights you up. Follow that first divine moment of inspiration. Just follow your instinct and just follow that, like, your first, like, what you're drawn to the most, the first moment of inspiration. That will be the key. Don't overthink it. Don't get too much in your head. Don't be like, you know, really intellectualizing it too much. Just kind of like focus on your instincts, focus on just where you're drawn and where your intuition is really taking you. That will be the path that will lead you to this fated moment and this destiny of like your journey. Sorry if the messages are a bit jumbled. The energy I'm channeling is just kind of coming in and out right now. We also have the crone here, and this is kind of representing like who you are fated to be. Like we were talking about, you're fated to be somebody who works with spirit, a sorcerer, a sorceress. You work with source and you talk to source and you communicate with source. You communicate with your spirit guides, you see things from the other side that other people can't see. You know things in your heart, you follow your heart. You get divine inspiration from your spirit guides, like we were talking about, from your higher self. You know things. Like I was saying, you're clairsentient, you are clairvoyant, you can see in the beyond. You are a person of deep wisdom. You have prophetic knowing. You're somebody who sees beyond the veil. You work heavily with the spirit world. So you work with that invisible realm. You might resonate with shamanism. You might resonate with, you know, witchcraft. All of these kinds of magical things will probably be resonating strongly with you. And it's just up to you to go where your heart is leading you. Go in the direction that resonates with you. So that will be different for everyone here, but that's just really important for you guys. Let's just pull a quick yeah, I was just drawn to the bottom of the deck, and it's the Shaman card, completion. This is representing you guys for sure. You work with the elements, you work with spirit guides, you are a sorcerer, a sorceress. You really know the spirit world. You speak to the spirit world. Your chakras are open. You get messages and you bring them out into the world, and your messages can save people from a lot of heartache. You really are a guide to people. It's fated that you get prophetic messages. So yeah, that's really what I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you. I love reading the comments. I really enjoyed this reading. It was beautiful. And yeah, thank you guys for being here, and I hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hey Pile 3, if you guys were drawn to the double terminated clear quartz point, as well as the shamanist card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what you guys need to know about your fate. What is fated for you in this lifetime? So I'm going to start by pulling some tarot cards, and then I'll be pulling some more oracle cards as well. But to start out, group 3, what is group 3's fate? A message around the fate of group 3. A message of fate around a fated event for group 3. Okay, let's see what is in the cards. You guys have the Knight of Wands, the Fool, the Dream Space, the Nine of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Wands, as well as the Four of Cups. So I'm really being drawn to the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. Okay, so the messages I'm hearing for you guys around your fate have to do with a few different things. I'm picking up a few different messages. Traveling is going to be part of your fate, as well as going really deep. You might have a lot of Scorpio energy in your birth chart. You might be a Scorpio sun, moon, rising. You might have a lot of energy and placements in your 8th house. I am picking up a lot of Scorpio energy here. The energy of like going deep, being connected to magic, being connected to transformation, being connected to the mystical things. And honestly, I'm hearing you might have a strong connection to psychology and going deep within the human psyche, the human unconscious, the collective unconscious as well. I see you guys as a traveler between worlds. You guys really travel between the physical and the spiritual world. You travel between the collective unconscious and the collective conscious and physical reality. You guys move between worlds. You really journey between the seen and the unseen. So traveling is part of your fate. That could be the metaphorical traveling and the astral traveling, like we were just kind of talking about, and that could also be physical traveling as well. It might be important for you guys to take physical journeys throughout the world. I'm hearing pilgrimages to sacred sites, connecting to your ancestors, connecting to power spots on the earth that you feel drawn to. That's part of your fate, to be like a spiritual traveler, both in the physical world as well as, moving between the seen and unseen. You guys are very much fated to be travelers, mystical travelers, and travelers on this earth. Yeah, it's really what I'm picking up from all these cards. It's important to keep this kind of inspirational energy about you. Keep positive energy about you, meaning like be inspired to travel, be inspired to move through the world, to do it for reasons that are inspiring for you. Don't travel to spaces and places that don't resonate. Always follow your heart, always go where you are led and what is really calling you and resonating with you. That's really important for you guys to know. Okay, I'm seeing this dream space card a little bit differently in this reading, which is really cool. I love when that happens. I'm seeing this as you being that shamaness energy, traveling through the lower world, the middle world, and the upper world, and that's kind of represented in different cultures by the world tree. And that's what this card is kind of signaling to me, is like you really embody that shamaness energy. You travel through, like we were talking about, the sky world, the physical world, and the underworld. That is something that is part of your fate. And I'd be interested to pull a few cards about like maybe why is their fate to be a traveler? Why is the fate of group 2 around traveling? What is the purpose of their travel? Group 2. What is the purpose of the travel? Okay, so we have the Star card. This is funny. We have the Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, the King of Cups, Ace of Wands, and 10 of Pentacles. I don't know why all of these sunglasses and glasses have been bringing the humor out. They've been making me laugh. You guys are meant to be travelers for a few different reasons. So this energy is kind of representing, it's part of your fate and destiny with the Star card. Traveling is something that will initiate your fate and your destiny. Like, fated experiences have to do around traveling for you guys. You will be experiencing travel because you need to be on this page journey of starting and learning a lot. You definitely will be starting to learn about, you know, different cultures and different aspects of spirituality through your travels. You will be learning a lot when you travel to sacred sites. It's all about your downloads, and it's all about being initiated into certain things and certain practices. So yeah, traveling is integral to your fate because that is going to be how you learn more. It's going to be how you master this King of Cups energy, which is like mastering that Scorpio energy like we were talking about. The butterfly is a symbol of transformation. It's a symbol of, to me, it's a symbol of the ancestors, of passed on deceased loved ones, and it's a symbol of communicating to the other side. Really strong Scorpion resonances, like with the butterfly being transformed from the caterpillar, going into the cocoon and transforming into a totally different being. Your fate and your journey has to do with that Scorpio energy. It has to do with transformation, and the traveling and what you learn on your travels is going to enhance your knowledge of magic, of transformation. You're going to be learning things from different people and different cultures. You're going to be learning how to wield magical power and to have a magical, you know, medicine bag and medicine staff. You're going to be learning about power objects, things that will enhance your spiritual abilities to astral travel and move between worlds and hear spirit. That's kind of what I'm seeing with all of these cards. And obviously your travels are meant to be about meeting new people and new connections and bringing abundance to you and other people, bringing abundance to your circle of friends and to your circle of colleagues, and yeah, just like creating a community throughout the world of like-minded people who resonate with you and what your journey is, and resonate with like the spiritual practices that you do, or resonate with your studies even, because I am picking up that energy of a psychologist. So perhaps traveling the world and meeting other psychologists from different cultures, you're going to really enhance your knowledge and your practice of psychology. You're going to learn new methods of engaging with the unconscious, and you're going to learn new techniques for helping people dive deeper into their unconscious so they can transform themselves and their life. You are really about this magical transformational energy, and connecting to people from different spaces, different cultures is really going to enhance your knowledge and have you step into that like magical medicine person energy, shaman-s energy, witch doctor energy, like all of those like mystical traditions, whatever resonates with you. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up through this reading and what is fated for you in this lifetime. Definitely traveling between realms and astral traveling, you're really going to learn a lot from the other side. You might learn a lot from ancestors. You might learn a lot from deceased spirits who were shamans in their own lifetime. You might get a lot of downloads from ancient shamans and ancient medicine people. You might work with them in your dream space. You might work with them when you astral project and travel. You might be interested in plant medicines that would help you communicate with these types of spirits and beings. Definitely this is all about opening different portals and to download knowledge and to speak to the spirit world and bring information back. This is about bringing information back so you can better help other people. So yeah, very interesting reading. Let's pull a few more oracle cards. Group 3, messages for group 3. Ooh, ovulation. Okay. And also returning to source. Yeah, okay. This is definitely kind of, I'm picking up the same energy. I see this as totally being you. This is you astral traveling, going to the center of the universe, going to different dimensions, different times, different places, traveling between worlds, traveling like across dimensions, across parallel lives and universes to get information and to bring it back here. Like I said, you are somebody who really is connected to that shamaness energy, who can go travel the lower world, talk to spirits, bring back healing to this physical plane. You can go to the upper world, you can go to the sky world, you can talk to maybe birds or different beings. Perhaps you dream about birds and dream about taking flight, and these birds help you to reach your destinations, and maybe they are your guides and they help you fly across dimensions and they help you astral project. Maybe you like to meditate and you like to visualize yourself being a bird and taking off and flying and traveling the universe, traveling the stars, traveling to gain knowledge, to bring it back for healing. I see you guys, really focused on healing and uplifting as well. I see like this is like you representing like you and some of your colleagues. So maybe you have a spiritual business where you are helping people with your gifts. Maybe you are a psychologist, a therapist. Maybe you are like an herbalist or some kind of natural healer or an energy worker of some kind. Maybe you do Reiki. I just see you guys as doing something a little bit more in the metaphysical spaces around healing, around bringing back healing for other people. I'm not sure if you can see this, but there's these faces that are whispering in the corners, and I didn't even see them at first. So you're really connected to spirit. You're connected to the unseen. You're bringing back all this illumination, all of this knowledge, all of this sacred wisdom. You're bringing it back into this physical reality to help yourself and other people to transform, to alchemize, like we were talking about. And this is all part of your fate and what you are really meant to be doing. And yeah, this is definitely part of your life path, and this is fated for you to be focusing on these types of things. I'm gonna pull one last card to get any last information or advice for you guys. Let's see, group 3, messages of the fate of group 3. Divination, bones for casting. So this is all about talking to the spirits in the spiritual world. Focus on the signs and synchronicities that the universe gives you guys. You are very tapped into the unseen world. You probably, if you don't already do this, Spirit is speaking about starting to do this. If you didn't know this was part of your fate, Spirit is talking about going on the journey to start this, to start being a traveler through dimensions and through worlds, to start talking to the spiritual worlds, talking to the invisible realms, your spirit guides, your spirit animals, your spirit helpers, talking to all these things. Focus on your dreams, on the more mystical aspects of your life. This is just all about talking to the spirit world and trying to bring information back, and that is the message that keeps coming out for you guys about your fate. So yeah, that's really what I'm seeing for you guys, group 3. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you. I always love to read the comments. It brings me so much joy, and I always love doing these readings for you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and I really hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hey pile 4, if you guys were drawn to the clear quartz cluster as well as the Sleeping Lady of Malta card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what message we have for you today surrounding your fate. So what is fated, or a fated event that you guys need to know about? I'm going to start by pulling some tarot, and I will be pulling some more oracle cards as well. So you guys were drawn to the Sleeping Lady of Malta card. And with that, I'm just kind of picking up a lot of energy around the divine feminine, earth energy, Mother Earth energy, goddess energy. That is what's really coming through with this first card. And yeah, group 4, messages about the fate of group 4. What is fated for group 4? Fated events, group 4. So we have the 3 of Cups. Really cute card. We have 10 of Cups, beautiful. The Queen of Wands. Ooh, the Sun. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have Judgment, which is like such a beautiful card and energy. Okay, so lots of different messages are coming through right away. Definitely how I was feeling with the Sleeping Lady of Malta card. I'm getting a lot of similar feelings. So this card has a lot of symbolism surrounding that divine feminine goddess energy. And Malta, if you're not familiar with where Malta is, it's an island off of Italy in the Mediterranean Ocean. And on the island, they have found these ancient temples, very ancient temples. I think they go back around 10,000 to 5,000 years ago, maybe even older. But at these temples, they have found lots of figurines, and this is a representation of one of those figurines. And they represent the divine feminine. They represent worshiping the energies surrounding divine feminine energy and the earth. So we have a lot of that coming up in these tarot cards as well. We have a lot of this abundant, fertile, divine feminine energy, and I think this has to do with your fate. I'm getting a few different messages right away. I think you are very concerned with the earth, with the abundance of planet Earth, of you know, the health of the ecosystems, the health of the animals and plants on Earth. You care about future generations. You really, I think you care about climate change. You care about, you know, wanting 7 generations in the future to inhabit a healthy, clean, safe planet with, you know, no pollution, no ecological degradation and climate crisis. That kind of energy is coming through. I think you might you might, it might be part of your fate to be a parent or a caregiver to, you know, your child, or it might be along the lines of caring for the earth and plants and animals on the earth. You might be an environmental activist. That's the energy that's really coming through. I think at the center of who you are, everything kind of comes back to the earth and to nature, to caretaking, to love of the earth, love of plants and animals, love of your community, love of all things around compassion and abundance and fertility. Those kinds of energies are coming through with these cards. So yeah, a few different messages here. Three of Cups is about like friendship and community. So I see you as somebody who you're fated to be like a caretaker of some sort. So whether that resonates with caretaking the earth or caretaking for children or caretaking for a certain ecosystem, like those kinds of things I see are fated. And also we have Queen of Wands and the Sun, and they're both being represented by this beautiful sunflower energy. I'm getting a lot of goddess worship here. Things around the divine feminine, around fertility. You know, sunflowers, they have one flower creates hundreds of seeds, and that is just representing like the fertility and abundance that is surrounding you and your fate and everything. Like you tapping into this energy, I think you're going to be feeling very fulfilled and abundant and radiant, and I think you're going to be helping a lot of people, plants, animals, whatever resonates with you. You might resonate with just wanting to be a caretaker or a parent, or you might just be resonating with like the environment, like environmental activism stuff. Like whatever is resonating with you, that is going to bring you a lot of happiness, abundance, and joy. And I see you as somebody who has a lot of that Empress goddess energy. You're very fertile, you're very abundant. Queen of Wands is very creative. She's fully empowered. She's stepping into her highest expression of herself. She's serving others, caretaking for others. She has a lot of compassion. You know, you are just really somebody who is fated to be very empowered and to have a lot of pride in yourself and take pride in your work as well. Yeah, with Knight of Swords, this is kind of like you having sacred rage, I think, throughout your life. Maybe you've been really, you know, angry about the environmental destruction that you're seeing on the planet right now. Maybe you've been angry about issues around the divine feminine and how, you know, literal gender equality doesn't exist truly on planet Earth at this time. I think you have sacred rage around different things concerning the divine feminine energy. So it could be the ecological climate crisis. It could be just feeling like feminine energy isn't valued on the planet right now. It could be, you know, literal things around gender equality or the different gender expressions and the different ways that people of different gender identities maybe aren't being respected as they should be, and people who are trans aren't being respected as they should be. I think maybe this card is representing like your sacred rage about an issue that is close to your heart, and really resonates with you and who you are and your journey as well. When I'm speaking about this, whatever comes into your mind is going to be the thing that brings you power. So like whatever ignites your anger, that is where you're being called to bring your healing, to bring your gifts, to bring your passionate divine inspiration, and to work on healing those issues. Because right after that card we have Judgment, and this card is all about awakening to your calling, hearing the voices of spirit, hearing the ancestors, hearing the spirits, the spirit guides, your higher self, hearing those voices clearly and acting on your intuition and acting on what those voices are saying. Where are you being called? Where are you being led? Where do you want to see more justice? Do you want to see environmental justice? Do you want to see children being raised in more compassionate ways? Do you want to see more gender equality or more acceptance of people on the gender identity spectrum? You know, like it could really be anything surrounding these topics. Like, where are you being called? Just follow your intuition, follow what lights you up, follow the things that you have you are passionate about, and listen to spirit and listen to the calling. Because we have all this like, I feel like it's like divine feminine awakening, and that's just awakening to the energies that are considered more feminine, more yin. So they have to do with more compassion, more collaboration, more reciprocity. That's the kind of energy that I'm speaking about when I say divine feminine. They have to do with, you know, living sustainably on the planet, giving back to nature, not just taking from nature, really working on, you know, regeneration and making sure the planet is healthy, the children are healthy, so our society can become more healthy, essentially. That's the energy that's coming out in this reading. Sorry if that was a bit wordy and lengthy. Yeah, it's just what came through. Let's pull you guys some more oracle cards to get more information about your fate. The fate of group, whoa. Wow. Okay, the fate of group 4. So we have the follicular phase of menstruation. Sorry, I totally probably mispronounced that. Okay, so this is talking about a phase in the menstrual cycle. You don't have to have one to resonate with this card and what this card is talking about. This card is just speaking about that energy when things are fertile and they are starting to be, yeah, they're starting to be more fertile. It's like, it's an energy that is kind of resonating with springtime as well. So I kind of see this as you planting a seed and watching it grow. You planting the seeds of your inspiration and the seeds of hope and the seeds that you want to see come into the world. So like we were talking about, again, this might be like you really want to plant those seeds of starting a family and, you know, trying to raise children in a very conscious way so they can grow up to influence society in more positive ways. That could be an issue that's very close to your heart because maybe you've experienced things in your childhood that you don't want your future children to experience. Maybe there's things like you've witnessed that you don't want other people to witness. So that's an issue that's close to your heart, and that's the seed that you want to nurture. Like I said, this could be some environmental issues. This could be healing yourself. Maybe you need to heal yourself and your own aspects of divine feminine with inside of yourself. That could be the journey that you're being asked and called to go on. Yeah, this is just really speaking about planting a seed and watching it grow You are very connected to cycles of fertility and abundance. You're very connected to goddess energy even. Maybe you resonate with the cycles of the year and honoring the different seasons, honoring the equinoxes and the solstices. Maybe you really are resonating with more pagan spirituality, bringing the goddess back into society, bringing that earth-loving culture back into society. Because we've definitely, as a society, have not been honoring nature and the earth as much as we should be as human beings. Our culture kind of disregards the earth as being sacred, and I think you definitely see the earth as being a sacred being and wanting to caretake for earth and the beings and children on earth. And again, we do have another representation of the sun, which is very beautiful and interesting. I think this path and the fate as you walk down this path, you're going to be feeling a lot of joy, a lot of radiance and abundance, maybe meeting people who are like-minded people who share your passions. And this is all about, you know, spreading love out into the world, spreading warmth out into the world, healing, inspiration, and passion is your drive. And you really need to plant those seeds of this journey and go for it and just follow your heart. It's going to bring you joy and radiant warmth, and it's going to bring other people joy and radiant warmth. And I see you as really finding your community. So that could be just finding like-minded people who lift you up, and you guys have like spiritual meetings or like spiritual community. That could be maybe resonating with other caretakers of, like, you know, other caretakers of children. Maybe you want to be like a foster parent and work with other foster parents as well and have a community, and you really want to focus on helping children who are in maybe dark situations or something like that. Maybe you want to start your own family. Perhaps you want to focus on environmental activism. There's just really something about the more compassionate, earth-based pathways that are coming out in this reading. So yeah, take whatever resonates with you. You might only resonate with one of those examples, but that's okay. Take the messages that resonate. I'm gonna pull a last oracle card to get any last advice or information that wants to come out for group 4. Last information or advice that really wants to come out for group 4. What does group 4 need to know about their fate? Messages for the fate of group 4. Advice, messages for group 4. We have middle world with present. Okay, beautiful. Yes, simpler vibes and inspiration coming through. We also have a rattle with disperse. Yeah, there's so much here. And the great mystery. Okay. Really go where you're being called. That's like the main message. At the bottom of the deck, we have the conch shell with calling. Follow your calling, guys. Follow what lights you up, follow your passion, listen to your spirit guides, listen to your higher self, listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. This is all about trusting your calling. Where are you being called? What are you being called to do? I love that that was what was on the bottom of the deck. Like, these messages are just so synchronistic right now. With middle world and present, I'm picking up goddess energy. I'm picking up, for some reason, like Celtic goddess energy. I don't really work with that type of energy, but that's like really what I'm picking up through the imagery in this card. I think there's a goddess, maybe Rihanna, in Celtic mythology. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Perhaps that goddess resonates with you, or perhaps you work with that goddess or could work with that goddess. This is all about Mother Earth energy. We have all of this green energy, this beautiful tree, this beautiful home. Domestic spaces are sacred. The home is sacred. I think you know that. Planet Earth is our home. It is sacred. That is the energy coming out strongly in this reading. Really follow where you're being called through this earth energy. And the rattle is coming out to speak about the dispersal of the cultural misunderstanding and unappreciation of divine feminine energy. I think there's a culture shift happening right now on the planet where people are recognizing the value of the yin energies. They're recognizing the value of nature. They're recognizing the value and importance of dreams and intuition and inner knowing, these kinds of things, as well as caretaking and compassion and collaboration. You know, it's always better to collaborate than to have conflict. Things like that I think are being recognized as important again. So yeah, we also have the great mystery with trust. I see this kind of as like your ancestors are guiding you, the spirit world is guiding you. Trust the call, trust where you're being led. This is all about your fate. Wherever you're being called is fated. Really trust that. Trust the spirit world at this time in the direction that you are being called. So yeah, that's really what I'm seeing for you guys, group 4. This was a really interesting reading, and I would love to know in the comments which message was resonating the most with you. Was it a few of the things I was saying? Was it just one of them? Let me know which aspect was resonating with you. I'd just love to know. Please like and subscribe if you did like this reading. I always love doing these readings. I love reading the comments. It brings me a lot of joy to channel these readings for you guys. I sincerely hope to see you in one of my next readings, and thank you guys so much for joining me today.